At first, we communicated with gestures. Movements were our language.
Then came the voice, and certain sounds were given meaning.
Smoke signals carried messages between tribes, and drums echoed warnings through valleys.
Stories were painted on cave walls, symbols were carved in stone, and signs pressed into clay.
Words found form in ink, and were spread on foot and horseback across kingdoms.
Then came the printing press, and words began to multiply. Newspapers shared stories with the world, and ideas spread faster than ever before.
Then came the telephone, which gave voice wings. And for the first time, people heard each other across countries and continents.
The radio lifted voices into the sky, and television gave those voices faces.
Satellites stitched the world together in orbit. And then came the internet, transforming the entire planet into one vast, living conversation.
Soon, messages fit in our pockets. We typed, tapped, streamed, and shared, each generation shrinking the distance between us.
And now, for the first time in history, every language can speak to every other instantly.
A teacher in Cairo speaking Arabic.
A creator in Seoul speaking Korean.
A coach in Sao Paulo speaking Portuguese.
And you, wherever you are, whatever language you speak.
All communicating, collaborating, and learning together.
In real time, in every language, simultaneously.
And that evolution continues every Thursday at the Discovery Summit, hosted by The Great Discovery.
The first global online summit where creators, educators, entrepreneurs, and learners gather from around the world to share ideas and explore what's next.
All translated live through Discovery Vox, The Great Discovery's instant voice translation technology. So join us weekly at the Discovery Summit,
where the conversation that took 10,000 years to arrive is just beginning.
Well, thank you all so much for coming to the Discovery Summit today. I am hosting with my co-host, Bree Campano. Bree, thanks so much for co-hosting today. How are you? And why don't you introduce our first speaker?
Sure. Thanks for everybody being here. I'm excited for today. We have amazing speakers lined up for you, and we can't find a better way to kick it off than with Jodi Lemieux. If you've ever felt like your words don't fully capture who you are, Master Speaking Truth from the Soul helps you align your language with your heart so you can communicate with ease, honesty, and connection. It's time to speak the truth only your soul knows. Please welcome Jodi Lemieux.
Hello, everyone. I am so grateful you are here. I have something unique that I'd love to share with you. So sit back, open your imagination, and get ready. All my life, I felt most alive at the edges of beaches and at the airports, in those special lounges, and in those quiet spaces where I'm between one decision and the next. These shores are where my nervous system relaxes and inspiration pours through, and where I can hear my soul speak. Perhaps you felt it too. In the quiet hum before something big happens, the space where you sense that life is inviting you to grow, but your words to describe it feel just out of reach. That's where my story begins. There was a time when I didn't have the language for what I was feeling. I could sense in my body, but I couldn't speak without feeling fear of being misunderstood, or worse, rejected. And maybe you've had that moment too, where you knew something inside of you, but you didn't have the words to name it yet. For years, I did what most of us have done. I said what I thought people wanted to hear. I smiled, I nodded, and I tried to keep the peace. But my body was telling a different story. My words left a bitter taste in my mouth. My emotions felt louder than my voice. I remember one moment so vividly. I was standing in the kitchen, sipping a cup of coffee that had gone cold, feeling the ache that something had to change. I'd been living from expectation rather than expression. And suddenly, in this silence, I felt something inside me whispering, "You're allowed to tell the truth." So I did something I hadn't done in a long time. I stopped and I listened, and I realized my soul had been whispering all along. The truth I was seeking outside me was within me, patiently waiting to be spoken, and with grace. It was my first real experience of mastering awareness, noticing subtle cues, naming my pain, and seeing how every word I spoke shaped my reality. I began to see language differently. Every word carries energy, every phrase a vibration. And the moment I said things like, "I can't," "I'll try," "I don't know," these feelings created a constriction in my body. Then, when I realized I could replace them with, "I can," "I will," and "I'm learning," my energy expanded. And I realized my words are literal. Our words describe more than just our lives. Our words create them. They influence our body's chemistry, our relationships, our outcomes, and perhaps most importantly, they reveal how we really feel on the inside. Once I understood this, there was no going back to speaking on autopilot. My relationship with my husband transformed because we began to practice this way of speaking. At first, it was very clumsy, as though we were learning a new language. But over time, something shifted. We began to hear each other. We learned to listen for the emotion underneath the words. We learned to pause before responding, to speak with honesty without blame, and to choose language that heals rather than harms. And something beautiful happened. Our relationship deepened. Instead of pretending everything was fine, we allowed ourselves to be real. Perfect? No. However, true. And truth has its own kind of peace. As I began to share this work, my realization was this is more than a personal journey. This is a human one where people, couples, leaders, entrepreneurs, all of us are craving the same thing. To speak truth from the soul, to say what we mean without the fear of being misunderstood, to lead with our words which create trust, clarity, and authenticity. This is why I created the art of speaking truth from your soul. Because it's more than a course, it's a living roadmap. It's a soul language training. Inside, you'll learn to tune into subtle cues and learn language patterns so you really know what's happening beneath the surface. You'll uncover the hidden power of your words and shift old patterns with grace, navigate conflict with love instead of fear, and to speak from your heart in a way that creates authentic connection. It's the same path I walked, but with guidance and support. I'd love to invite you for a moment. Think about one area in your life. Maybe it's a relationship you have. Maybe it's in a decision you're facing currently. Or maybe it's a dream deep inside of you. And I want you to imagine for a moment, what might happen if you gave this moment, this area in your life, a voice, to speak truth, how would your body feel? Your energy would shift and your life could open. This is the power of speaking truth from soul. If something is stirring inside of you right now, this is your soul speaking. This summit is a doorway. If you feel called to step through this doorway, I'd love to walk beside you. Join me for the art of speaking truth from your soul, because this self-guided journey to rediscover the voice you were born with, together will reveal the truth your soul already knows, guiding you to trust your voice, to speak with authenticity, and create relationships and a life that feels free, real, and vibrantly alive. Because when you speak from your soul, you transform more than conversations. You transform your life. Thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you, Jodi. Excellent presentation. Thank you so much. I want to show everybody we have Jodi's offer in the chat. She is running a special discount on it right now. So what you want to do if you do want to take advantage of it is log into your TGD account. Make sure you're logged in. And then if you did want to take advantage, that's 20% off today, limited number of these available. And it's only going to run today until tomorrow. So it does expire, this 20% off deal. Click right here on the green button. Once you're logged into your account, will then take you to the shopping cart. Come down here, click next, and then you can pay either out of your e-wallet or via credit card. And that's how you take advantage of that offer. So thank you, Jodi, so much for starting us off here at the Discovery Summit. Wonderful job, and highly recommended that you take advantage of that offer that Jodi put out there. Let's move on to our next speaker. Our next speaker will be Lori. Bree will be doing a short introduction of Lori, and then Lori will be going. And then up next, we will have Valerie. So excited to learn a little bit more about Lori. Bree, go ahead.
Yeah, Lori's shepherds women leaders who are 50 years and older out of the corporate mindset and into doing business with their own wisdom, heart, and natural personal strengths intact, creating journeys of great satisfaction and forming stable personal economies that grow. The Goodbye Good Girl Project is a clarion call to women to share their message without diminishing their power. Please welcome Lori to the stage.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, let me get my slides here for you guys because I want to tell you all a story. So once upon a time, there was an amazing woman. It was a far away from here. And she was a long time worker and she was so tired of the struggle bus, just so tired of all of that. She was, however, a really smart cookie. And she was also clever. She was really super talented. And she worked like crazy. She worked those crazy 14-hour days. She worked those 40-hour weeks. She worked the 60-hour weeks. And she was very, very experienced. But what she really wanted to do was to do her own thing. So she dreamed of that for a long time. And her friend said, oh my gosh, yes, that's exactly what you should do. Because you're so good at that, you'll make tons of money. Everybody will want it. And she said, you know, I agree. And so she headed out there to do her thing. And she went to the networking things and she did all of the clothing shopping to look really awesome. And she worked really hard. Hey, the possibilities were all in front of her. They looked really good to her. She could do work that she loved. She could own her schedule. She could aim for financial freedom. She could be her own boss. She could have mobility if she wanted it. It's going to be amazing. And, you know, she knew that all she had to do was do it for herself this time. She'd already done it as an employee. She'd already proven it. But the first thing that happened in very short order was she got completely overwhelmed by all of the things that it really takes to do business. There was so much to learn. And she started to realize, wait a minute, there's more to this than I thought. And she started to not only get confused and exhausted, but she started to feel defeated. She wasn't enjoying what she was doing, and that was confusing because she'd followed the rules. She'd put her nose to the grindstone. She'd done all the social media, even though she didn't like it, and she'd learned how to do sales. She was amazing. She was feeling really proud of herself, but it just wasn't working. And she kept trying. She'd go, okay, I've got a new idea. Let me try this. And then it too hard. Nope, I'll try another way. And then it would fail. And she was saying to herself, what am I missing? Is it me? I'm not smart enough? What is it? What's the problem here? I don't get it. She felt really lost until she realized it wasn't her, it was the rules. They just didn't fit. They were too small for her. They were cookie cutter. They were never built for humans. They were never built for her. She wanted to know, wait a minute, I want to enjoy the journey. I want to have curiosity when I wake up in the morning, not dread. And I want to trust something other than just productivity. And what about being of service to me? I mean, if I don't give to me, how can I give to others? And what about community? And what about combining my heart with ambition? So she finally got fed up enough that she decided to see what changing the rules would do for her. She thought about, what if I redefine success in my own image, the way I see it? She said, I wonder what would happen if I recognized who I am, very emotional, very interpersonally connected, creative. What if I put that into my business? And what if I took time to rest? What a concept. No more 14-hour days. How will I succeed? She said, I've got to stop being my own worst boss. And she decided to dare to take smaller but steadier next steps. And that, as she took those steps one by one, is when the magic started to happen. She got her life back. And her business started to grow, not just in money, not even first in money, but first in stability and in becoming what she'd always wanted to do. She discovered that a little bit of not doing gave a whole lot bit of room for better business. She discovered that hustling less meant she actually got more done, which made no sense to her mind, but worked out just great. She discovered that being strong, having boundaries, right out loud, actually got her better clients and more self-respect. And she also discovered that when she used her discernment and her unapologetic self-expression, she was being a leader, not aggressive. She liked all of that. She suddenly found that her business was growing enjoyably. There were unexpected happy surprises happening, new ideas, new moves forward, new people contacting her. And it was all very natural. And it was controllable. And it all started with a change in mindset and a shift in emotional perspective. And that's what emotional freedom coaching offers you. You get out of the addiction we're all enculturated to have, the addiction to struggle, the addiction to over-efforting, the addiction to putting yourself down because God forbid you should be as special as you are. And you can build your life and your business from a place that frees and includes you. Because business should express your soul, it should not steal it. And we all know that on some level. So the question is, do you want the freedom? Do you want to wake up in the morning excited about the creative ways that you could approach your day and your business and your life and your emotions and your thoughts? Do you want the shift? Are you able to even imagine approaching your least liked tasks from a different perspective that makes them easier, quicker, more enjoyable? And do you want to transform from human doing to human being? Because that's what it requires. Do you want to know why business has felt so off for you for so long, for all of us? And are you up for some ability to respond in different ways? Because that's the real definition of responsibility. The ability to respond in ways that are uniquely you. Are you ready to be badass? I mean, I'd like to know, are you ready to be badass with yourself? Because the world loves it and you would love it. Are you ready for some transformation? What do you dream of? So tell yourself, what do you personally dream of when it comes to your business? Is it speaking up? Is it speaking on stages? Is it creating something that comes from what you love instead of what you need? Is it courage? Is it clarity? Do you want to have what ignites you rather than just what funds you? This is game-changing, you guys. So I have an offer today for an introductory session. It is discounted. It goes from now until 11 o'clock tonight. It is for 3 people. And I am so excited to get you moving out of the corporate idea of limitation and blocks that put you into little boxes and free you. This is a feminine infused approach to business. That means you get to be all of you. You get to use both sides of your brain. And this is an amazing freedom that I personally have experienced after 20 years of having failed over and over again at following the rules. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Wow. Thank you, Lori. Give it up for Lori. Incredible. I did put Lori's offer in the chat, her special offer that's going on right now. So if you go into the chat, you can find this offer here. Only 3 discounts available. So if you do want to take advantage of this, please do now, since there is only 3 of them available at this current price. So thank you so much, Lori. Awesome presentation. Let's go ahead and move on, Bree. We have a great next speaker, Valerie. So Bree, you got the glasses on. Why don't we introduce our next speaker, Valerie?
I got to do it for Valerie. Valerie Ritchie, man. She is a midlife empowerment coach, speaker, and founder of Transformation in Action, also known as the Crone Goddess. In this presentation, she'll introduce her 6-week private coaching experience, Get Your Sexy Back and Beyond, designed to help women in midlife reclaim their confidence, sensuality, and personal power. This is more than mindset work. It is a soul-led journey back to the self where sexy means feeling vibrant, visible, and unapologetically whole. Please welcome Valerie to the stage.
Hello, 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 everybody. And welcome. I'm calling in from UK and I love to be here and meet you all. Now, my question to you is, do you know any woman that looks in the mirror and doesn't see herself? Do you know one that feels invisible, lost their va-va-voom, doesn't know who she is? Are you that woman? Now, there's many of us that feel like that, but for some reason, in midlife, it sort of pops up, explodes, it takes off, and there's chaos. And this is an opportunity for us to sort of look at ourselves. Because you know, when people focus on midlife, they automatically focus menopause. And that's the big thing. Now, if you think about it, menopause is just a natural process that we might not understand because we don't have a lot of information. But there's lots of things that continue to go on all at the same time. And this brings about the chaos that we have in midlife. So I started to think about, how can I help? What can I bring to the table? And that's where I started to talk about getting your sexy back and beyond. And one of the things that pops up is the word sexy. And let it sink into your head. What does it mean to you? What does sexy mean? How can we think about it? And then think about those words that pop up in your head. Are they the same words that you thought about 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30? Did it mean the same thing? And if it didn't, why not? Why doesn't it mean the same thing? What's so different now? Because one of the things that happens from the time we're young, society tells us what it means to be valuable, desired, or successful. But we often stop to ask, or we don't ask, are those definitions ours or there are somebody else's? So when you look in a mirror, what do you see? Do you see sexy? And then think, what does the word actually mean to you? But you now, not you of the past. So for me, this is me. Like many of you, we've worn different labels. We've worn different roles. We have different expectations. I'm a midlife empowerment coach, yes. You know, I class myself as a crone goddess, and a crone goddess is a powerful, wise woman who knows who she is right now. She celebrates where she's been, and she celebrates who she is right now. She has many wisdoms to share, and she should share them. But if you look at the bottom line, the most important thing I've put here is me. So I've dropped those labels. And I want you to think about what labels can you actually drop yourself. So these are the masks we wear. We can show something from the inside and we show something from the outside. Sexy is more than a physical appearance. It's your confidence, it's your energy, it's your joy, it's even quiet strength. We've got to think about what does that mean and how can we get it back? Now, when I talk sexy, I'm adding the Y, because a lot of the times people focus on the sex, but I'm talking sexy. So if you think about it, who are you? When was there a moment in time when you felt truly confident, when you owned your own space, you felt aligned? Because confidence comes from within. It's about owning your own story, not letting anybody dictate who you are. So this is what my program is about. It's about 6 weeks of working with me one-to-one, enjoying and finding out who you are. This is where we get deeper. Getting sexy is beyond what midlife women might assume. It's reconnecting with your confidence, your sensuality, a sense of self. So let's look at it from week 1. Think about the identities that you've become. You might be the wife, the mother, the caretaker, the sex goddess, the caregiver, all these labels, but which label are you really now? And at some point, you need to find out who you are and believe that role. Week 2, that self-doubt, the inner critic, that voice on the shoulder who goes on about what if this? If you wore a short skirt, what would people say? If you wore a low top, what would people say? If you wore red lipstick, what are they saying then? But if you say things like, I want to focus on me, is that a bad thing? No. Let's get rid of the inner critic. That's what we need to create. We need to recognize our actual voices that coach us, that believes in us, not the ones that are holding us back. Week 3, reclaiming your sensuality. This isn't about seduction, it's about sensation, how you feel. When was the last time you danced naked in the rain? Have you ever danced naked in the rain? One way to try, do it in the shower. This is about how things feel when you put your clothes on, when you get used to your body, how it works, how it feels. This is about movement, enjoying pleasure without shame, without guilt. Then we've got 4, self-care is self-love. Everybody talks about self-care nowadays. We know about self-care. But what we need to do is get a little bit deeper than the face mask, the bubble baths. We need to get deep. It's about looking at yourself, an emotional, physical, energetic self. This is where we put realistic rituals together that is truly yours. Nothing to do with anybody else but yours. It's about taking your time back. Then we've got 5. So this is about breaking free from the expectations. Do you remember when people always tell you what to do, or you should be doing this, or you should be doing that? These weren't your rules. These were somebody else's. This week is about liberation. So it's exploring the roles, the rules, the relationships, the routines. This is where you're setting your own boundaries with compassion and clarity, working out who you are, being able to say yes to yourself and no to everybody else, but saying no without explanation, just a full no, stop. And then we come to week 6, and this is where we bring everything together. We do a personalized plan rooted in everything that you've remembered, everything that you've reclaimed, realigned. We talk about real implementation. So there are many rituals that you will get on this journey. And it is a journey because we work together side by side. It's not a group course, it's private, one-to-one. You get my full attention with resources. We do meditations, we do rituals, things that serve you and nobody else. So by the end of it, you'll feel inspired, you'll feel equipped, you'll know how to access your confidence, your sensuality, your self-worth, your power. you'll be able to reclaim the word sexy and what it actually means to you, creating your version of sexy. And to do that in the first instinct, you can actually contact me by email, because this is something where I'd like to offer you a powerful conversation before you jump on this journey with me. Because I'd like to know, what is your sexy? What does it mean to you? Find out what is actually holding you back and where we can move forward. It's about a journey of transformation. Hence, my business is Transformation in Action. So if you want to get your sexy back, jump on, get a call with me, and let's take sexy forward. Thank you.
Excellent. Wow. Thank you, Valerie. Excellent. Love it. The offer is in the chat as well. And then Valerie will definitely put a link if you did want to schedule that one-on-one with her. But Valerie, thank you so much. Amazing, amazing talk. Bree, this has been going so well. We've had so many amazing speakers so far. What was your favorite part so far, Bree?
Oh, you want me to pick a favorite part?
Right,
I can't do that. Everybody brought so much already, and you can feel the passion and the drive that they have for what they're doing, right? You can and I know we have speakers coming up that are going to absolutely blow you away as well. You can just I'm ready to jump into all of these offers because they all make sense to me. They all are things that I need personally and for myself, but also in my business. I can see this transforming so much of what I do. And so I'm just excited to hear what we have coming up next. And yeah, it's exciting. I'm so glad to see so many people here today.
Yeah. Well, let me just put the links in. So I put in Jodi's link, The Art of Speaking Truth from Your Soul. I put in Lori's link, Emotional Freedom Coaching Session. And then we'll put Valerie's link in again too, just so all of those are topical or at the top of the list there. I do want to play a quick video here about the Great Discovery. This is the Discovery Summit. We have it every Thursday. You can come here every Thursday to learn from incredible speakers, coaches, authors, business people, entrepreneurs, creators from all over the world. This is actually available in 52 different languages right now. We'll show you a little bit more how to access that at the end of today's summit. But I do want to play a video about the Great Discovery, who is the sponsor and the organizer of the event here today. So let's watch a short video about the Great Discovery.
Every era begins with a question, and that question changes everything. Once we asked, what lies beyond the horizon? And someone dared to find out. We dove beneath the surface and found entire worlds waiting to be understood. We painted what we felt and learned to see through new eyes. We built machines to go faster, think deeper, and dream louder. And through teaching, we discovered that knowledge multiplies when it's shared. Today, discovery no longer belongs to the few. It belongs to everyone. And with the Great Discovery, learning has no limits. The Great Discovery is a global learning universe that makes all knowledge accessible and turns your curiosity into real-world opportunity. So when learning has no limits, the only question now is, what will you learn? Join the Great Discovery and discover your greatness today.
Well, thank you for, again, being here, and you're going to discover so much more. We have so many more incredible speakers here today. So Bree is going to introduce our next speaker, who is Daniel.
Yep. I'm excited. Daniel is the go-to guy. Let me tell you about Daniel. Sales is a numbers game, and follow-up drives profit up, and databases are supposed to help you. Well, the problem is databases need data, and most people hate data entry. Looking at one of them right now. So that causes a lot of challenges. This course covers why organizing your database is the key to success and how to make progress on this an important aspect of your business. If you've got a lot of people, a lot of contacts, if you've been out doing a lot of different things and they're all over the place, you're going to want Daniel to help you out. You're going to get results. He is a dynamo. Welcome Daniel to the stage.
Thank you so much, Bree and Alex. And here's my screen. So we'll go from there. And I thank you. This is definitely different than the last presentation, but we'll see if we can work any of that sexy into this part of the conversation as well. I'm Daniel Rubenstein with All in Entry, and my company helps people follow up faster so they can sell more sooner, make more money, and sleep better at night, be nicer people, and all the benefits that come with it. And here's the one fact I can guarantee you: follow up drives profit up. If you don't believe me, try the opposite, keep me posted, right? I don't think so. Now, there we go. Next slide. It's always nice to start off with a quote or two. And yeah, I don't have the pretty pictures here like the other presenters, but hopefully this will still digest for you. Many of you probably have heard of the guy Simon Sinek and his book, What's Your Why? People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And as I was listening to that, I figured my question should be then, where's your who? Proper follow-up requires you knowing who is where. And that's a complex conversation, but we'll keep it short and sexy for you. Why is this important for you? Number one, this getting your sheet together is one of the best next steps you can for your own individual success. We know enough people, we need to make sure we're in contact with them. Number two, we're all on here because of the Great Discovery, and the Great Discovery has a fantastic platform. The thing that we are responsible for doing is getting good content on there and sharing our thoughts, but then sharing the entire opportunity with as many people as we can so that more people can, all ships rise in the high tide. So being able to introduce this to folks is key to everyone's success. And as a result, it is your fastest path to getting more cash. Guaranteed. And the best part is it's actually easier to get better at follow-up than sales, dramatically more profitable, and I can prove it mathematically. Or just say, wouldn't that be sexy, huh? Right? So here's what's going on. When you say database, people have different feelings about it. And I think that actually Bree kind of read everything off this slide, so I don't want to go over it too much, but that's okay, Bree. Thanks, appreciate it. Stealing my thunder. But we do know that sales is a numbers game and that follow-up drives profit up. The problem is that databases need data, and data entry sucks. Let's call a spade a spade. There's a lot of more detail on why that becomes more and more challenging. And that's why we created a solution to help people move forward faster and with less stress to get to better results. So why is this important, right? Well, first of all, let's go over just a couple terms on how people might want to start thinking about their database. I mean, what is a database? It's a nebulous concept. It could be your list. It could be your contacts. It could be your sphere. It could be your raving fans. Like, that goes by a bunch of different names. And yet it all resolves around who are your people, who are your tribe, and what are you trying to do for them? Now, there's also a difference between data and base, right? Data is the contact information, my name, address, phone number, email, and anything else, or notes about what you and I may have been speaking about. The base part is the tools and technologies. A lot of us are on different CRMs. The Great Discovery has a CRM. I'm on one. You may be on the same one, or you might be on a different one. There are tools that help you track everything so that you can be more organized. Better follow-up is literally being better organized and more focused. And, to understand how this is important, number one, it's kind of, hey, how's your database can get you a bunch of weird answers. Trust me, I've been doing this for a while. Theoretically, do you consider this an asset or a liability to your business? Now, it's a trick question because it's actually not listed on your balance sheet as database, but that'll get into a bunch of nerdy conversation. We can talk about that one offline if you're interested. But kind of the whole thing is, how is your database? That's one question. The next question is, how do you feel about the answer you gave me about how's your database? And then the deepest question is, well, what are you doing about that? Like, is this an issue you need to pay attention to, right? So now we'll get into a little bit of the nitty gritty. Where do I find my who? Okay. one of the problems that we all experience is that we have a lot of contacts, even if we don't think so, and a lot might be a different number for different people, but they're in a bunch of different places. So we've got stuff electronically, like we've got, a ton of people in our phone, right? And then we have email, which could be Outlook or Gmail or multiple Gmails that may or may not actually even be synced to your phone. So you're not sure who's where. Then we've got the social media accounts, and we've got a CRM, or thinking about a CRM, or at least an email tool. And then the folder I lovingly call someday stuff. We're salespeople. We grab lists of people because we think, hey, you know what? I might be able to do something with that. But then what? Messy data. In addition, what about a bag of business cards? Those are a lot of conversations like, nice to meet you. I will be in touch. And then what happens? It's gone. Handwritten forms based on notes or printed directories. There's just tons of places where we can get to good contact information. And we can do a lot with it if we just work our way through that. And that's where we help. So if I were sitting in your shoes, what would I be thinking right now? What are your best next steps, or my best next steps, supposedly? First determine, should this be some kind of priority for you now or when? And if not, then you can tune out for the next few minutes. And if so, then maybe you want to pay attention. Or you want to pay attention just in case you've talked to other people that might need to know this if you're all buttoned up. Next up, collect, combine, and clean up all your contact sources. If you can get to one true list, everything else gets a lot easier and more efficient and more effective. That's a kind of a challenging topic. Go into a lot more than that in less than 10 minutes. And then you need to get it into a system and do something with it. Even if we work together and I make you the most beautiful, fancy list, if it just sits there in your inbox, then what good was it anyway? Now, that's where the sexy comes in, right? So how can we help you? Well, we've got two key offers that we're putting out there today for everyone on this call. Number one, our free lead magnet giveaway is called One True List. It's a PDF and a video of Alex and I talking about where is all your contacts data sitting and how can you get to it? Because we helped him with his list, and he's got a sizable list going on. It's meant to be quick and easy, not too challenging, but to help you understand this is a doable deal, especially if we're helping. Now, the next level up is our paid for course. It's called Get Your Sheet Together. Hope you like that. If that doesn't make you laugh, then we need to work on it. This is where we're going to walk you through the entire process of downloading all your contacts from all your contact sources, and then you send me those files. From there, we can actually put everything together into a format that lets us come back and talk about what's actually there and what has been fixed up on your behalf already, or what needs to get fixed up as a result of finding these issues. So it's $500, and it does include our best next steps call, which candidly is really valuable. This is, this is my lane, and I'm very passionate about it. It's data dorky, but it is still fun. So I've created a pair of discounts. The first discount is for today only, candidly tomorrow, but that's okay. You can do it 50% off. Like, I've never done a 50% off discount on our package, but I wanted to be able to offer you something special. Even if you're not ready for it now, we'll give you 20% off for the next 5 buyers after that, provided it happens this month. And the reason I'm putting a deadline on this stuff is to give you a natural incentive to get going on this. I mean, if you were trying to send out holiday cards and you got confused, you could see where this would fit in. Come January, we all make these resolutions like, well, I want to be better about this next year. You have to get into it in advance. I hope these are meaningful for you. If you're not comfortable, I would also welcome a call, complimentary, just to go over everything and see if we can help you figure out how could this work for you. So I'm Daniel Rubenstein. Let us get your sheet together, help you get your sheet together. We are here to help. This is not something people do naturally or easily, but it is one of the more impactful things you can do in your business in the next 30, 60, 90 days to make a meaningful dent in where you're headed. We appreciate your time. Thank you very much. And that's my 10.
Thank you, Daniel. Excellent presentation. And I highly endorse everything that Daniel's doing. I think it's an awesome, awesome thing. If you're an entrepreneur, if you need to make more sales, all the reasons that Daniel gave, I highly recommend working with him. He is doing a special offer, which we are spamming in the chat right now. Really recommend you take advantage of that. I've never seen it that low. So that's really generous of you to give that away, Daniel. But we do have to move on to our next speaker, who is going to be Renee. I'm really excited for this one, Bree. Renee Reisch is coming up. So Bree, why don't you introduce Renee?
Oh, my pleasure. I love Renee. I mean, I've been able to be good for her, not only just with TGD, but we talk about other things. She's always looking out for me. I really appreciate that about her. And she's someone, she lost her physical voice, like literally lost it, and grew up believing that her worth came from pleasing others. Oh, I hear that one. She knows firsthand the fear, self-doubt, and silence that hold women back. So today, Renee guides women to reclaim their voice, ignite their confidence, and step fully into their personal and professional power. And in this session, from silence to self-worth, the emotional keys to finding your voice, Renee will share strategies and practical tools that turn vulnerability into empowerment. Renee, I am so pleased to welcome you to the stage.
Thank you so much, Bree and Alex, for affording me and all of us to share our voices on the Great Discovery and on this platform. So thank you very much. So before I share my slides, I'm going to ask you all to invite you to close your eyes with me and imagine. Imagine losing your voice physically, mentally, and emotionally. What are you feeling? Who are you with? What are you doing? What are you seeing? I didn't have to imagine it because it happened in 2013 when doctors didn't know if I would ever speak again. So now open your eyes and imagine being handed the keys, the emotional keys, to go from silence to self-worth in the journey of finding your voice. One thing I want you to always remember is your voice matters more than your silence ever will. So the things that people really want are to feel seen and heard and valued and understood. What happens when you're not? When you're feeling unseen, unheard, not valued, misunderstood. You're afraid to speak up. There's something else that happens, and vulnerably, it happened for me, not to me, but something that I did quite often. It's seeking outside validation for inner self-worth. Something I want you to always remember as well. Outside validation. It's only for parking, not for you, and not for me. Silence will never protect you. It will disconnect you from yourself, which is self-abandonment. Every single time you don't speak up or speak your truth and you're silencing yourself, you're chipping away one more time and abandoning yourself one more time. Your emotions will never make you weak. It's ignoring them that will. Every single time. When you repress them and suppress them, your repressed emotions are the ones that you don't even consciously know about. The suppressed ones are the ones that you table it till later. I don't want to deal with it now. We'll talk about it later. But you never do. They find home in your body. They take up real estate in your body. The word silent has the same exact letters as listen. So in that silence, I want you to listen. Listen to your body. What is it telling you? What is it screaming at you? What is it saying? And what are you tabling to later when you hear it? Losing your emotional voice, it affects your physical, mental well-being. Everything in your life gets interrupted. Every single area of your life, business, personal. And then there's no pleasure in your life because everything else has been shut down, including your voice. So 3 emotional keys, which I'm going to hand you right now. So if you have your paper and pen, I highly recommend getting it handy and taking some notes as I hand you your keys. So 1 is awareness, seeing the patterns. Where have you been silencing yourself? Where are you saying yes when you're screaming no? Accepting. And this is not about blame, shame, or guilt. Please know that. When we have one finger pointing at one person, we got 3 more pointing back at us, but it's not to take the guilt or the blame or the shame. It's to take that responsibility and accept what is, and then do the next thing and take action. If there's one thing I'm here to do today, it's to inspire you and empower you to take action. Even one small step is action. So using the self-awareness, using the acceptance to release any fear or any blame, shame, or guilt, and take that next step into action. It all starts with you. There's attraction, there's traction, and then there's action. Take that action. Take that first next step. It's awareness over avoidance. Suppressed emotion that I was talking about and tabling it till later. Every time you ignore your emotions, they take up more real estate in your body, finding another way to be heard and felt. That headache, that migraine, that backache, that neck ache, that frustration, that irritability. What is it that you've ignored that you're not addressing? Start expressing and not trying to perfect. It's not about being perfect, but being perfectly imperfect. And then compassion over criticism. Speak to yourself like you would your best friend. You would never speak words of, things that would denigrate them. You would speak empowering words and loving words. Speak those same words to yourself. Have that same compassion and empathy towards yourself that you would your best friend. It's not about courage. It's about the action. Energy in motion is emotion. Remember that E equals MC squared, energy in motion. And this slide has a lot of emotion there, but take that, use that emotion to support you. So I'm here right now to invite you. This is a special opportunity from silence to self-worth. Not the emotional keys, they're your emotional keys to finding your voice. It's a $99 course on the Great Discovery. There's 5 self-paced lessons with reflection prompts, emotional awareness tools, and confidence practice that you can use today. And this is the Founding Voices introductory offer. Become one of the founding voices. And it's going to go right now from $99 through Friday, which is tomorrow, to $77. So please take that action, that first step, and join me on the journey of finding your voice. Because your voice matters more than your silence ever will. Thank you all so much for being here and allowing me to share my voice with all of you.
Wow, thank you, Renee. Excellent. That's powerful. That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. Again, Renee's offer is in the chat. There is a limited discount on it, so please take advantage of it. Excellent. Thank you so much, Renee. I think we're actually going to switch. The next speaker is going to be me. I'm going to be the next speaker, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the Great Discovery. So you've been hearing a lot about the Great Discovery here today. You'll see that many of the products that we're linking are on the Great Discovery platform. And the Great Discovery is what makes this summit and all this collaboration and this entire group possible. And so I wanted to give you a little bit more insight into the Great Discovery platform and into the Discovery Summit. So let me open up my slides and I'll let you know a little bit more. So the Discovery Summit, you are at it right now, and we actually have it every single Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. So every single Thursday, we're coming together as a community, as a group, and we're sharing knowledge, wisdom, great products, and great services, all on the Great Discovery platform. So really, the Discovery Summit is a weekly online event where TG creators present their courses and products on the Great Discovery platform, share insights about their work, and offer exclusive deals and discounts to the people who attend. There are 3 ways that you can participate in the Discovery Summit. You can be a guest, somebody who comes and watches many of the speakers. You can become an affiliate, a promoter, somebody who refers people to also attend the Discovery Summit, or you can yourself become a speaker at our next Discovery Summit yourself. Now, I think that honestly, this is the best summit for entrepreneurs, speakers, coaches, authors, creators, and anybody who wants to monetize their brand online. I should also include on this people watching, the guests who are here today watching, because it's an awesome summit with amazing information. But I'm sure you've maybe been to some other summits that are like 7 hours long or 24 hours long or 5 years long. Most summits that I find are boring, they're overloaded, they're scattered, they're unprofitable, they take way too long, they cost too much to participate in, and they only create short-term income. And so we set out to create a superior summit, a summit that's fair to everybody, that's exciting, that has great information, that's short, compact, and powerful. Now, I find that at most summits, nobody even attends the summit, and nobody really invites to the summit. And I personally would never invite to a normal summit for one reason. Okay, so here's the reason that I wouldn't invite most people to a normal summit. At most summits, let's say you're a speaker at that summit, the summit organizer will say, hey, speaker, why don't you invite your list, your people to attend the summit, to watch all the speakers and to be a part of the summit. And you think as a speaker, that's a pretty good idea. I guess I'll invite my list. So you take your email list, your customers, your clients, your list of people that you worked really hard to find and build relationships with, and you invite them to this summit. And they trust you, and so they come. And then your customers, your clients, your list ends up buying from somebody else at the summit, from a different speaker, from a different coach, from a different business. And at every other summit that I've ever been to, you know what you receive as the person who invited all of these people? Nothing. So you just took your entire email list, all of the people that you worked really hard to collaborate with, put on your list, build relationships with, and you just gave them all away for essentially nothing, right? And so most other summits are stealing your customers, and in many times you're paying them to do it as a speaker. And so we created the Discovery Summit to solve many of these issues that we see with other summits and going on with other summits. But I want to highlight one really important factor that makes our summits totally different than every other summit. It's this part. At our summit, you have lifetime customers. When you invite people to our summit, you never lose your customers. You never lose your audience. Here's how the Discovery Summit works. If you're a speaker or an affiliate or a guest and you invite people to our summit and they attend and they buy anything at the summit, well, you're going to receive a lifetime commission. Not just at that summit, because we do these summits weekly. If you invite people and they attend this summit and the next summit and the next summit, you'll receive lifetime customer commissions on every single person you invite to, whether they buy from this summit or the summit next week or the summit next month or next year. And so you never lose your audience. You'll be actually constantly rewarded with long-term and residual income on all the people that you invite. You never lose your customers. That's really important. So at our summits, you invite once, but you earn forever through the lifetime customer feature. Here's the other thing though. You don't only get paid on the people that you directly invite, you'll also get paid on the indirect referrals as well. So what that means is, let's say you invite somebody to attend. You're a speaker at our next summit and you invite your friend to attend. They say, you know what, this is a really great summit and you have it every week. I would love to share this with others. And we would love to pay them to share it with others too. So they go from guests to become an affiliate of the summit. Well, when they become an affiliate, you'll earn a commission as a speaker or as a creator yourself. And then if that affiliate goes out there and successfully shares it with another speaker, you'll not only earn on this person, but also on this person too, the indirect referral. And then this speaker ends up inviting their friend and another affiliate, and they invite people and they invite people, and infinitely and into forever. You are compensated on all the direct and indirect referrals that you have an effect at bringing onto the Great Discovery. So if you have an effect or indirect effect at introducing lots of guests, affiliates, or creators to the Great Discovery and to the Discovery Summit, you'll be fairly compensated, unlike every other summit where you basically hand over your entire email list and you get nothing in return. So we wanted to do this because it creates a really fair environment for everybody who participates and invites. And it creates a strong incentive for everybody to actually collaborate and to promote together, because everyone's being fairly paid and compensated for their efforts at promoting the summit or participating in the summit. So that's the big difference, is you're not only paid on all the people that you directly refer, but also on all the indirect referrals. And this is all accomplished through the Great Discovery platform, which we've been using extensively for not only the registration of the event, but also for the offers, the product hosting, the speaker profiles. Everything is done through the Great Discovery platform. Here's how it works. You become a creator on the Great Discovery and you put your product into the Great Discovery marketplace. We then promote that product at the Discovery Summit, and you have affiliates driving people to the Discovery Summit. You have other speakers inviting people to the Discovery Summit. And when somebody buys anything at the Discovery Summit, well, the Great Discovery will pay all the appropriate parties out automatically. The affiliates get paid, the creators get paid. All of this is handled by the Great Discovery platform and by the Great Discovery marketplace. The system that we have, every single thing that you need to run, operate, host, sell, launch an affiliate program, all this, like I said, is done through the Great Discovery. If you need business hosting, affiliate linking, an event manager, this event is translated live into 52 different languages. If you need referral tracking, event registration, you need your product hosted somewhere, a place to take payments internationally, a promotional network, your speaker, all of this is done through the Great Discovery. And there's just so many more benefits. We don't have all the time in the world to go over all of them, but just this is, I believe, just the best platform to host a summit. It's one summit ecosystem that allows us all to collaborate, host, and sell products together and alongside each other. And that's what really this community is about. It's about collaborating. It's about working together as a team so we can all benefit. I think all of us believe at a fundamental level, we can all accomplish more together. And that's what the summit is about. It's about accomplishing more together, working together as a team, and fairly compensating you for the effect or indirect effect that you have at growing it. Okay, so these are the 3 different ways to attend. We're going to give you the link today. If you'd like to become an affiliate of our next event, you can become an affiliate today for $1. So I'll show you how to do that. If you do want to become a speaker, I'll show you how to do that too. But I only have about 2 minutes left, so let me show you how easy it is to participate at all 3 of these levels. So if you signed up to attend today as a guest, what you did was you signed up on our event registration page to get the Zoom link. Now, since you've signed up as a guest, you don't need to sign up every single week. Once you're signed up for the Discovery Summit, we'll send you a reminder every week if you'd like to attend. Now, if you want to be an affiliate, remember, you only have to invite people once and you'll earn forever. So how do you operate as an affiliate, or how do you share the Discovery Summit as an affiliate? Well, you'll go to that same registration page, but when you're an affiliate, you'll have a special ID number. So it's !affiliate equals Alex. You'll have your own special username, we call it. And what you'll do is you'll share that link to the registration page with others, or you can use the share buttons on the right-hand side. So you simply share the event registration page, and everybody who signs up under your affiliate link will be locked to you. They'll be coded to you for life, and you'll earn on the direct and indirect commissions from them and all the people that they have a direct or indirect effect at inviting as well. So I've personally introduced a couple hundred people onto the Great Discovery, and that's blossomed into a global network of thousands of people that I receive bonuses and revenue share on globally. Again, as an affiliate, you only need to get people to sign up once, and then they'll be invited to every single summit thereafter. To become a speaker, we are looking for speakers for our next summit, and we'd love to invite you to be a speaker at our next summit. Here's how you do it. You become a creator on TGD. We'll show you how to do that at the end of the summit. First, you need to become a creator on TGD. Then you'll get your paid product onto the Great Discovery. You've seen many examples of paid products on the Great Discovery here today. We've had so many incredible offers. We'll help you get your product into the Great Discovery Marketplace. You'll then need to create a 10-minute presentation promoting that paid product on TGD. You've seen many presentations today on their products, and we can help you create that too. Once you do just these 3 things, we can help you fill out the speaker application and you can become a speaker at our next Discovery Summit, which we'd really love to happen. So that is the Discovery Summit. Again, it's every Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. We invite you to come back. We would love for you to be a speaker at our next summit, and we'll show you how to do that at the end. But I'm right at 10 minutes, Bree, and I'm really excited for our next speaker. Bree, you've been a creator on TGD and an affiliate on TGD for a while. Do you want to give a quick testimonial and before we merge into Susan and learn a little bit more about Susan?
Yeah, absolutely. So I started the Great Discovery as an affiliate. I joined, I was like, I'm in, I just let me go. I want to see what this is all about. And I very quickly became a creator because I saw the opportunity. I got my course up on the platform thanks to Alex's amazing help. And I was off to the races. I had 40 people sign up in the first 10 days for my blown away. And then, things happen in life and I ended up having open heart surgery. Unexpected. Well, I knew I was going to have it. I didn't know it was going to be that fast. And so I was out for 5 weeks. I didn't do anything with my business for 5 weeks. I sat my butt in a chair and healed and went and struggled through all the things that I needed to do to be healthy. But in the meantime, most often your business will suffer if you step away for 5 weeks. Mine did not. Because of the Great Discovery and because of all the affiliates that I had brought in already, I was flourishing. I doubled how many people were taking my course and my revenue stream went up. So it was an amazing, that was like it locked in the deal for me. I was like, okay, this is the place for me. And it has since transformed my business and how I do things in my life exponentially. I can't even begin to tell you how successful it's been for me. And so I love the community that we've built here on the Great Discovery. And I love how we're doing these summits now because you really are, everybody wins when people present at this summit. You're not losing your clients. You're not losing the people that you've spent so much time like bringing into your orbit. You can bring them here. They stay locked to you. And so if they buy from you or they buy from someone else, you're still getting rewarded for that. So for me, it's been a no-brainer. I am so glad I made that decision. And I am excited to see how it's just growing and growing and growing. So
yeah, been such an awesome opportunity for me to just be able to collaborate and be able to work together with all these amazing speakers and people presenting today. So I think we can move on to our next one, which I'm really excited about. It's Suzanne. So Bree, why don't we introduce Suzanne and then we will move on to our next person, which will be after Suzanne, we're going to go to Beverly.
Perfect. Well, if you have ever wanted to cut through the noise and the old stories that hold you back, the Threadbreaker Protocol was the answer to Suzanne's own fatigue and frustration of that cycle. And she ended up crying out, particularly overwhelming moment with, just tell me how to do this life thing. Oh my gosh, how many times have I said that? Her answer came as the Threadbreaker Protocol, which is a guided process using AI, not as a gimmick, but as a mirror, NLP, self-hypnosis to cut through old patterns, find freedom and lasting change. And she wouldn't have believed this would have worked herself until she saw what happened in her life after running through it. So let Suzanne tell you a story. Hi, Suzanne. Welcome to the stage.
Hi. Oh my gosh, you make that sound so good, Bree. Thank you so
Thanks.
much. I believe you. Thank you so much. Y'all been doing a great job, by the way. It's always fun to work with you guys. And so thank you so much for letting me be here and present. So I'm going to talk to you guys about the Wealth Protocol. And this is Joey. Joey can't be here today, but Joey is actually, he's the co-creator of it. This gift was actually given to him and we work on this together. So I always like to give props where they're due. And so that's me and Joey. We are AI certified, NLP certified, and he's Reiki certified. And we just recently got life coach certifications. And so I just want to tell you a story about my experience, and I hope that it can relate and help some of y'all out there. But before I do that, I kind of have to tell you just a little bit of where this came from. And it's sort of like what Bree said. Joey was in a place and he was like crying out literally to God, like, hey, how can I make this better? This same thing keeps coming up again and again. And he got an answer, and we went through it, and we kind of codified it into things to help us. And the wealth protocol came about because I saw how this was working with Joey, and his behaviors changed towards the kids, the dogs, his business, even in traffic. That's a big one. And some of y'all may have heard me say that, but that's like a truly big one. If you can chill out in traffic, it used to not be that way. That's a big deal. So I was like, hey, Joey, what you doing, man? I want to do the same thing. So we go into it, we create it, and then we started working on very specific things. And one of the specific things that I had was that I struggled with lack and scarcity and a lack of self-worth. And I don't know if Renee's on here, but I think she talked about that a lot. And, voice. Valerie, you were talking about confidence. Jodi, you were talking about truth. All this stuff is like really resonating, and I knew I had an issue with that, and I just couldn't seem to get past it. Just a little bit of background. I was a single mom for 10 years. It started when the kids were 6 months old and 18-month-old. And I had a 6-month-old and an 18-month-old. So the only reason I tell you that is to just kind of set up a reference point of where this is coming from. And so I had been in that scarcity mindset for a while, and I was done. Somebody had mentioned the struggle bus. I think it was Lori. I was like, yeah, I'm like out of that too. So I went through the wealth protocol, and excuse me, I'm so sorry. I thought I had my phone turned off. I apologize if y'all could hear that. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the experience I had. So I go through it one time, and I realized that everything is related into self-worth. A lot of it is. And we use AI, NLP, and self-hypnosis to really get to the root of that. And so we did an experiment, and Joey had this truck. We did it together. We went through the wealth protocol together. He had this truck he envisioned. Now, this is not a truck that everyone would love, and that's fine. But if you can see it from our point of view, this is what we were imagining. A white S10. We literally put that in there. And 3 days after running through the wealth protocol, we had an unexpected check that came through that was bigger than we expected. And we bought S10 truck, just like this one, a white one. And we were like, holy cow, this thing really freaking works. And so we kept going with it. Now, I do want to say something to this point right here. When you start calling out and aligning yourself, and you start instructing to the field that, hey, this is the creation I want. This is the life I desire. And you imagine the biggest, grandest, boldest vision you could ever hold of yourself. And you start really going for it, as many of you know on this call. I can tell by the way y'all are talking. There's also an element that comes in that's a little bit of a challenge that goes, are you sure you want this? Just want to make sure you're clear. That's all. So real quick, we were driving this truck home. We got 1.5 miles from home, and the truck came off the trailer, hit a curb, started rolling next to us in the other lane, heading towards a house, jumped the curb, is rolling at this house with a brick pillar in front of it. And we're like, I can't say the words that we were really saying on this call, but you can imagine what we were saying. And then the next words were like, no, 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 no. 4 feet from the house, the truck stops. So long story short, we get the truck home. A month later, we sell it for twice as much as what we paid for it. But I just wanted to share that story to let you know, when you start living boldly and you're going for it, and you're really looking at the things to get out of the way in order to hit alignment, go for what you want to go for. Sometimes the universe, source, the world goes, just want to make sure you're clear. Just want to make sure you're clear. These are not tests. They're just checking your identity. That's all. And I want to be very transparent in that, in case any of y'all decide to go through this. Just wanted to be transparent about that. Now, since then, we have this has continued to work for us, and we go through it again and again and again. So we had monthly incomes that doubled the second time we went through it. We had a specific amount, a lump sum we were looking for, because we got more specific as we went through it, because we started noticing how it worked. And so we went for a very lump sum the third time. That worked. Now, I haven't added the slides, but we keep going through it. And since then, we have been able to purchase 2 more Jeeps, because we are big on rebuilding vehicles and then reselling them and helping other people and things. And so since then, we've been able to carry along this process and continue on. And I haven't included those slides, but just like I'm saying, I'm trying to be 100% transparent here. I talk fast. Sorry, guys. So we realized this was not really a mystery. It's really about alignment. And so you just got to make a choice. And so many of us have talked about that today. I feel like I'm preaching to the choir here. So many of us, you just make a choice. It's literally instructions that you send into the universe, into the field, and you hold that consistently. And the wealth protocol taught me personally how to do that. And that's why I'm such a big fan of it. It's a little testimony on the side, some of the people who went through it. I'm not actually sure how much time I have, guys, since I'm on presentation mode. Oh, there it is down there at the bottom. Okay, great. So I wanted to just basically share my experience. I could go on and on about how this works and the use of AI, which Bree said is like a mirror, and NLP and self-hypnosis. But here's the thing, does it really work? And it did for me, and it did for Joey. And especially whenever I saw Joey going through it, I was like, hey, there we go. Especially when I saw Joey go through it and I saw the results for him, I was like, hey, I want to do this. And so once we went through it, we knew we had to share it, which is what you're seeing today. Oh, I forgot. I'm so sorry, guys. I forgot to put the price on there. Let me go back. Oh, I lost. Here we go. There we go. Okay, let's go through it one more time. We got this on the side. Technical difficulties, y'all. We just worked through them. There was supposed to be a slide. Here, I'll just roll through it. There's supposed to be a slide that said $39. So you can go on there. You can find it right now. And the reason we make it $39 is whenever I was a struggling single mom, sometimes I barely had $39 to do any kind of self-improvement or to invest in awesome things like, like the database thing Daniel was talking about. I mean, there's like always things you want to invest in. There's always things to make yourself better, your business better. So we put it at 39, guys, it's always at 39. So if you jump on it now, if you jump on it later, we really don't think a discount's going to change that when it comes to $39. You just give it a shot and take a chance on your alignment, or you don't. Let me tell you, having been through this, you've got nothing to lose. I knew that I had nothing to lose. I was like, I'm already doing it in a way that I don't want to do it. And I began to envision the highest, biggest, grandest vision I could ever hold of myself. And I just went for it. And this is part of how I got there. And so I just wanted to share this with you guys. I hope that it resonated. And if anyone can use it, I know Bree's been awesome about putting the link in there. Thank you so much for doing that for us, Bree, so that we don't have one more step we have to think of. And thank you so much for being here. And everyone who has shared, I have benefited from y'all. And I just have to say thank you to y'all too.
Thank you, Suzanne. Excellent. Thank you so much. Awesome. We did put the link in the chat if you do want to take advantage of it. Again, just go to the link. Make sure you're logged into your Great Discovery account. Click Add to Cart. This will then add it into your cart. You can click Checkout. If you have any other items that you've added into your cart, you'll see those there. You can always exit those out if you want to take them off, and then come down here and click Checkout, and then that will lead you into the checkout. So thank you, Suzanne. Excellent job. Bree, let's move on to our next speaker. Really excited for this one. Beverly is up next.
Yeah, I'm so excited for Beverly. She's just a phenom in my book. She's a holistic practitioner of 45 plus years, though she doesn't look like she's over 45, working with frequencies that aligned body, mind, and spirit. She's an alchemist at heart. She's traveled the US and Canada, teaching this same ancient knowledge and healing techniques. Alchemical anatomy meets clinical metaphysics makes the spiritual journey an unforgettable experience that is simple to apply, effective in the moment, and life-changing transformation begins happening daily. Awaken your inner alchemist and enjoy life on a higher vibration. Beverly, welcome to the stage.
Oh gosh, thank you, Bree. That does sound better than what I thought it was when I wrote it.
I'll read anything. I'll do your voicemails, whatever you need.
Oh my gosh, it is so awesome to be here. I always love taking the stage with you guys. And I want to appreciate, and say that everyone that showed up here today to spend time with us, we all are so grateful because you never can have enough information, and it's all about that growth on all different levels. And gosh, it's just amazing. So I'm going to get right to it here and share my screen. And there we go. All right. Well, welcome to Alchemical Anatomy. It meets clinical metaphysics. It's a 6-part series for your spiritual journey. And in this first program here, you're going to learn 4 of them. So you're going to be able to get 4 of them in one. And the workshops, we're going to be merging the spiritual world with the physical world and metaphysics with science. So being spiritual is awakening. It's putting consciousness in motion. Spirit moves first and matter follows. As a physical being living in a spiritual lifestyle, you bridge the flow of every thought, word, and action in direct communication with the divine intelligence. Ever wonder why nothing changes in your life? Same thoughts, same loops, same results. 95% of thoughts all repeat on autopilot, trapped in the illusion of control. Thoughts become habits, beliefs, and personality traits. This becomes your predictable response to actions in life, your comfort zone. Negative looping is filled with doubt, fear, and insecurity. Positive looping is filled with trust, confidence, focus, and purpose. So it's time to break the cycle, awaken your mind's divine operating system. The first thing we're going to look at here is Series 1. It's brain wave frequencies. And Beverly is all about frequencies. So here we're going to cover 5 different levels or stages of thinking, dreaming, and meditation, and how each level impacts our daily thoughts, actions, and outcomes. In alchemical anatomy, you learn to navigate the brain wave frequencies consciously, activating them through intuition, inspiration, and flow. Thus then opening the door where transformation happens instantly. The holiday you have is coming up. There is an opportunity to give yourself and those you love the greatest gift imaginable. Eliminate doubt, fear, and insecurity. Walk out of the workshop aligned with freedom, transformation, and being fully in charge. Next, we're going to go into Series 2, which is called the limbic brain. And you're going to see 4 major physical areas of the brain. In the workshop, we go into detail of each one of these brains' function and how they connect with each other, and the purpose of each area, how data is stored, accessed, and altered. Merging the limbic brain function with the brainwave frequencies is a game changer. You will leave the workshop fully functional and aligned with the whole brain, meaning the ability to communicate comfortably through logic and emotions that balance situations before they get out of control. Fear dissolves, focus ignites, creation becomes effortless. Now let's move into Series 3. 6 levels of consciousness, including the ones you already probably heard of: subconscious, higher conscious, and conscious. Well, the other 3 are revealed in the workshop, and there's where the magic really happens. Gaining an understanding and purpose of the 6 levels of consciousness, the brain waves and the limbic brain merge very nicely with the levels of consciousness as they play a major role in the operation and functionality of each other. These 6 levels of consciousness are responsible for the other parts getting along versus being in conflict. It is here where the connection happens for reprogramming, eliminating outdated data that no longer serves purpose and can be replaced with new data, information that is in alignment with your current truths, beliefs, and desires of how you are taking charge of your life's direction to attain your dreams. You are fully in charge of your life transitions once you merge these 3 sections into one harmonious triangle. Alchemical anatomy bridges the limbic brain, the brainwave frequencies, and the levels of consciousness to form a whole brain experience, operating as one integrated system. So, are you ready to activate your inner alchemist? The inner alchemist is the creative soul that lives within each of us. It's your direct line of communication with the divine intelligence. When you live metaphysically, you stop chasing light and start becoming it. Now let's move into series number 4, The Soul's Journey for Frequency Libraries. And I think you've all probably heard of Akashic Records, but it's the library that stores every frequency ever generated, and it can be accessed here. Any soul residing in a human body on planet Earth has the ability to tap into this library. Use this information wisely. When you awaken this intelligence, you receive silent data from the energy field. You receive intuitive hints, synchronicities, and begin to happen, and quantum guidance is in your presence. This is how miracles become predictable outcomes. In the Akashic Records Frequency Library, you can retrieve wisdom, dissolve karma, and install new soul codes throughout your lifetime. Alchemical anatomy gives you the exact practices to do this with, so you can do it safely, intentionally, and powerfully. When you learn its language, you gain access to the Akashic Record, the library of your soul, where your next evolution is already written. Alchemical anatomy is the pathway out of survival and into creation, intuition, and peace. This is the science of transformation, and clinical metaphysics gives you the system to do it quickly, precisely, and permanently. Here is your invitation to rise into the next evolution of consciousness. Give the gift that keeps on giving. Join me Saturday, January 3rd, and begin 2026 in full alignment. Alchemical meets clinical metaphysics. Clinical metaphysics meets you. My gift today is one that you can take with you for the rest of your life. It's a gift of spiritual awakening, and I am offering a 50% discount. Alchemical anatomy is your holiday miracle. All you have to do is click the link that's in the chat, and transformation begins. Will I see you in January? Say yes. Yes, yes! Click that link in the chat for 50% off. And you know what? While you're at it, buy one for your friend and make it a 2026 awakening party. I'll see you there. And this concludes my presentation.
Thank you, Beverly. Incredible. I always learn so much from Beverly. That's awesome. And right on time, too. Thank you, Beverly. Yeah, definitely take advantage. 50% off. That's a great offer. Appreciate you being so generous with that. The link is in the chat. If anyone's looking to take advantage of that, highly recommend that you do. We are coming up to our last speaker, actually, for today. Really excited. She was the first speaker at our last summit, last speaker at this summit. It's Toby. Bree, can we please introduce Toby?
Yeah, absolutely. Toby is a registered dietitian who describes herself as an anti-diet dietitian. I love that. After 14 years of working with men and women struggling to lose weight, she knows sustainable weight loss has nothing to do with starvation and willpower and everything to do with how your body works. In the next 10 minutes, Toby will show you a better way that helps you get off the diet roller coaster and lose the weight for good. Thanks for being here today, Toby. Close us out.
Thank you. All right. Wow, this has been fun. Last time I was the first speaker and then I kind of checked out, but wow, to get to hear everybody today. What's so amazing is that all of us are here to help you be your best self. And I think that's amazing because we're all coming from these different angles. And it's like whatever resonates with you while you're hearing this is, take that and it's meaningful. So if you're someone who has struggled with your weight, that's what we're going to talk about today. Let's see. Oh, did I pick the wrong one? Stop, share, pick the right one, and now share. Okay, there we go.
Yep, you got
How do you do the slideshow? You push the slideshow button.
perfect.
Okay. How do you continue? Yeah. Okay, great. So I have good news for you. Dieting, losing weight does not have to suck. And so this is how an anti-diet dietitian approaches this topic. Please raise your hand if you or someone you know has ever tried a restrictive weight loss diet. Okay, if your hand's not up, you're not from this planet because everyone here at least knows someone who has tried to do this. And you know that restrictive diets are stressful, they're overwhelming with all of the measuring and counting and tracking and logging and being hungry and wanting and then feeling like you failed and the guilt. And I mean, it's just exhausting. But it's worse than that. Really, yo-yo dieting, weight cycling, we call it, is really not good for a body or a mind. And those effects can be long lasting. So this, I'll get the weight off and then slack off. I'll get the weight off and slack off actually damages the body. So my name is Toby Paige. I'm a registered dietitian, self-proclaimed anti-diet dietitian. We know that in the last 14 years, I have worked with folks who have tried all the diets. They all have a name, they all have rules, and none of them work. They are all based on confusion and this idea of willpower. No, we need to tune back into how our bodies work and understand how our food works in our bodies, and we find food freedom. So really, if you look at the stats, being a weight loss dietitian in 2025, I've got to take some different angles here. 80 to 95% of people who do a weight loss diet regain the weight. So if this is what I want for my legacy, then okay. But you know what? I want better than that. I want to have 80 to 95% of my folks keeping the weight off. So we need to explore, why do people gain the weight back? What's the deal? Is it just because, they are weak, right? This is the feeling people often have when they stop following a restrictive diet. They feel like they failed, they fell off the wagon, right? All of these negative things, but really there's a lot of reasons, really strong reasons why that is. So biology, psychology, and lifestyle are our three pillars. The biology, this is something a lot of people don't understand, is that when people lose a significant amount of weight in a short period, there are hormone changes that happen. There's a whole lot that happens. We don't have time to get into all of it, but this one is easy to understand. So I wanted to just throw this out there. Ghrelin and leptin. If you haven't heard of these are our hormones that tell us if we're hungry and if we've been satisfied. So ghrelin, the gremlin, tells us we're hungry, we want more. And leptin is the thing that says, okay, I think we're good now, right? Leptin, the leprechaun, says we're all good. So when we lose weight a significant amount, our ghrelin, our gremlins actually increase. We have more hungry hormones. So we're hungrier than we used to be. And our leptin decreases. And so we don't feel as satisfied. So what the heck? That doesn't seem very fair. We're hungrier than before we lost the weight, and we're not as satisfied. So we need to work with that when we're making diet changes. We also see muscle loss in our physiology. And muscle is a metabolically active tissue. When we lose that, we lose some more calorie burning machine, and we are left needing less to operate at the same weight. So the same, if you want to maintain that weight loss, you actually have to eat less than before. So none of this sounds good. Psychology of it all. Oh man, if I'm following it, I'm good. If I'm not, I'm bad. This food's good. This food's bad. I'm so confused. What the heck do I eat? I end up using food as an emotional soothing tool. And we find that actually that works. So yes, it does work. It works in the short term. Eating, especially sugar, releases hormones that make us feel less stressed. So that's why people do it, but it's not conducive and in line with our long-term goals. So again, we're looking for a more sustainable approach to eating. Lastly, lifestyle. I mean, a lot of these, I remember being at a great big food festival in the fall. It was like a harvest festival, and they had all these different apples to try. And a woman walked up and said, well, I can't try the apples today because I'm intermittent fasting and it's not time for me to eat yet. And I thought, man, you know, this is not fitting with her lifestyle. If she's someone who wants to frequent a harvest fest but can't eat because of her diet, you know, it just wasn't going to be sustainable for her. It's not your fault. It's, you know, not a willpower thing. It's biology driving your needs and wants. It's not a calories thing. It's really a patterns thing. We need to operate on a pattern that is conducive with burning the energy that we consume. It's the diet that's wrong. It's not the person that's wrong. It's not you. You deserve better. So we need more awareness of you and your body, and you need an understanding of how food works. So we hear healthy food and not so healthy food, or bad food or junk food, or all the other words that they think of. But that doesn't tell me how full or satisfied I'm going to be. Okay, I can eat all the healthy food in the world and still be hungry. I can eat all the healthy food in the world and still not lose weight. I need to understand how the food works so that I can manage my hunger and finally lose the weight. So when we need to prioritize our body's needs, this is a big one that we work on, because oftentimes we will prioritize schedules, maybe work schedules, other kids' schedules right before our needs. And we might prioritize this desire to be thin and for aesthetic purposes over our needs. It's not sustainable. So we need to sort that all out. I'm going to show you just some quick testimonials from a couple of my clients. This is Rod and his wife Ruth, and they were just very generous to talk about their experience.
I've been losing weight without feeling that I'm on a diet. And all of the changes that come with it. So I feel more energized, clothes are fitting better. I feel more energy through the day. What else?
Yeah, well, I'm actually going to put numbers into this, because the first 6 weeks of the program, I lost 9 pounds, exactly like he said, without feeling like I was giving up anything, without feeling like I was on a diet, just being mindful of what my body needed, when it needed it, and the things you taught us about.
And this is Fran.
For the first time in my life, food's not the enemy. I have lost I'm not really counting how much I've lost, but I have definitely lost weight. Like, I have outfits that I wore to a conference to present that I could not wear last summer. So that felt great. Like, it felt great to have, you know, to have the weight loss happening while still eating really good food.
Okay, so they're not saying things that people say when they go on these other diets, right? They're not saying, "Oh, I lost this much weight and this much time and I had to eat this and that." No, they're talking about their life. They're talking about how this fit into their life. And I love how Fran's not even counting, but she's like, "Hey, I could wear my clothes again." That is sustainable. That is truly sustainable. Fran's not going back.
I've been losing weight without feeling that.
How do I get, there we go. Okay, so how do we do this? I call it awareness, balance, and rhythm. We need to be looking at these 3 different areas of our life and being strong in all 3 areas for this to come naturally. So awareness of your hunger, your fullness, your emotions, your schedule, your surroundings. Does your boss make you want to eat sugar? Let's be aware of that. That's a trigger, right? So noticing all of the things. Then we need to create balance in your meals because, again, we can't just eat all the healthy things. If I stand around and eat kale and quinoa, I'm probably still going to be hungry. I need to create balance in my meals. And then, thirdly, I need to understand my body's rhythm. I eat 3 meals and 1 snack and a dessert every day. And that's my pattern. Now, when I'm more active, sometimes I have, well, sometimes I call it 2 breakfasts or 2 lunches. And so it's like I end up having this fourth meal in there. Those are on workout days, and I just find myself hungry on those days. So I listen to my rhythm. That's what we need to be talking about. It's not a calorie count, it's a rhythm. Without awareness, you're relying on outside rules. This is called being on a diet, right? Without paying attention to who you are and what you need, you're relying on tools to tell you what to do. Without balance, your meals don't leave you feeling satisfied until you've eaten too much. So, and a good example of this is when you eat pizza and you can just keep on eating pizza and you don't really feel full, but then all of a sudden you're like, I definitely don't want any more pizza. Oh, I think I overate. Pizza doesn't have good balance to tell you, hey, we're good now. And we end up eating too much. We all do it. Without rhythm, even balanced meals won't satisfy. If I'm super duper hungry, it doesn't matter. I'm going to overeat. I'm hungry. But that's hormone driven, right? It's my biology telling me, hey, we need to make up for lost time. So those are cues I understand. Here's some tips for you. I do not know how much time I have, 47 seconds. Rate your hunger before and after you eat. Include some carbs, plenty of fiber, and enough fat and protein in your meals and snacks, and eat when you are hungry. The problem isn't willpower, it's the approach. You don't need another diet, you need a framework that sticks. I've got the Sustainable Slim Down Project. We've got 35 days of bite-sized lessons. It's a 35-day transformation, comes with a one-to-one with me. Week 1, we're doing awareness. 2, we're balancing. 3, we're finding your rhythm in week 4. We're putting it into action in week 5. And I'm offering a 20% discount that ends midnight tomorrow. I did it.
Yes, you did. Thank you,
Thank you so much.
Toby. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for wrapping it up there at the end. And her offer is in the chat, so 20% off in the chat right now. Thank you so much, Toby. Excellent information. I love it. I love it. I like to eat, so I love the approach because yeah. Okay, Bree, wow. What an incredible summit. We will, if you did sign up to attend, we will email you all the links to all the offers made today. So if you didn't miss one, but you wanted to take advantage of some of these limited time offers that are just available for people who attended the summit, we will send you an email with all of the links and all the offers made today. Bree, what an awesome summit. Thank you to all of our summit speakers. We will be talking briefly next. If you do want to become an affiliate of our next summit, you can become an affiliate for $1. If you want to be a speaker at our next summit, we do have actually a special offer for that too. So while I get that up, Bree, give us a recap here. What an awesome summit. What should everybody know about this summit and maybe our next upcoming summit too?
Well, did you like it? Was it amazing? I mean, I think it is. We move quickly. There's so much valuable information, great discounts that are available, and we definitely would like more people to participate in this. And it's so easy to do that and to share it out with people. Imagine not just attending a summit, but actually making a little money from a summit, that because you shared this as an affiliate, you shared your link with someone to attend the summit, and they become your lifetime customer, and you can actually build a team and build a business for yourself just by being a resource to others. It's so important, and I love doing that. People ask me, hey, where's the best restaurant in town, or any good movies out this week? Now if they're looking for something for their business, I got a course for that, or I can help you with that. Maybe they're looking to learn more about being an entrepreneur. We can help you with that as well. So there's so much, there's like a huge advantage, and you can do it for just $1.
Yeah.
So today was just a beautiful example of amazing people sharing their expertise with the world.
Yeah,
it was fabulous.
Let me show people here. So if you are interested in becoming an affiliate, if you're not already an affiliate of the Great Discovery, but let's say you may have a free account, if you did want to upgrade and become an affiliate, one, you're going to get awesome training and support to help you be a successful affiliate. The first step, though, is starting that affiliate membership. So I put the link in the chat to become an affiliate for $1. You'll add it. First, you'll make sure you're logged into your account. You should already have an account. Log in, then add the item into your cart. Okay. Then you'll click checkout. You'll go to the checkout page. And you will then come down here. I have Toby's product in the chat. 1 second here. Let me go back. Make sure my cart is cleared here. Okay, so we'll add our $1 product into the cart. We'll go to checkout. And when we click checkout here, what it's going to do, it's going to give us this prompt. Okay, it'll give you a prompt and we'll say, would you like to upgrade for $1? And you'll basically say, yes, I was already logged into my account. I'm already an affiliate. So let me do it again. So add it to our cart for $1. Check out. And when you check out here, if you're not already an affiliate, it will give you this pop-up and you want to click yes. You'd like to get paid as an affiliate. The fee to become an affiliate is waived. There's no cost. It's just $1. So you'll click yes, and you'll see you have $1, and then you'll do your affiliate sign up here below, okay? So that's how to sign up to be an affiliate. Once you do become an affiliate, reach out to the person who originally referred you to this meeting, and they can start to plug you into some of the training, the resources, and get you your affiliate links so you can go out there and start sharing it with other people and getting those lifetime commissions. And so you could actually create weekly reoccurring revenue just by inviting a couple of people here to the summit, which is an awesome thing. Okay, let me show you. We actually have a special deal if you do want to become a creator and speaker at our next summit. So we have a special discount for the Discovery Summit here today. And what you're going to do is you're going to go to thegreatdiscovery.com. Make sure you're logged into your account. Then you'll click on enroll or the green button in the top right-hand corner. Okay. You'll then click for myself. Okay. And if you want to become a creator, what you're going to do is you're going to click on the center one, sign up as a creator. This will then allow you to put your products on the Great Discovery and become a speaker at our next available summit. Okay. You'll click as a creator. This is what you're going to buy here. Okay. You can just choose the first option here at the top. Click purchase now. And you'll scroll down here and you'll type in the coupon code Discovery Day. Discovery Day, all capital letters, and click apply. That's going to give you a major discount, over $280 off, making the final price $398.85. Okay, that's going to allow you to become a creator on the Great Discovery. Go ahead and click check out. And you'll do your creator and affiliate sign up. Okay, so complete that. And then once you get your product on TGD, which we can definitely help with, we can sign you up and you can be a speaker and presenter at our next summit. So 2 different ways to get started. If you have any questions, we do have a little bit of time for questions, but I wanted, before we take maybe a few questions, get some testimonials from people who have been affiliates or creators on TGD, just like 30 seconds, 1 minute. As a creator, as an affiliate on TGD, what has your experience been? How is our group, our community, what we're doing maybe differ than what you've been trying or what you've tried before? So anybody who's a part of TGD as an affiliate or creator, I'd like to give a quick testimonial here. Okay, we'll go to Beverly and then we'll go to Kelly and then Holly.
I always love giving testimonials, especially for the Great Discovery. It has been a long time waiting for this. I've searched for it. I'd have to say all my life, even when I was out there running the circuit, and to be able to come to a platform that just keeps getting better every time you attend any of their meetings, and being on a team with Alex and Bree and being able to talk face to face with the owners of the company. They're there to support you. I have never had that before in my life. And so to be able to be here today sharing a summit, and I've never made money on a summit. Now I do. Yeah. And I've been a product of a lot of different companies like MLMs and things like that, which we are an affiliate where you have the tiers. I'm actually making money out of the chute. It's like amazing. So, hey, if you're thinking about it, quit thinking, start acting. You're here. Move it.
Thanks, Beverly. Awesome.
You're welcome.
Thank you for sharing your experience. Let's go over to Kelly. Kelly, you've been an affiliate for a while. What's your experience been with the Great Discovery?
I have, and I've been an affiliate now for a year. And since I've joined, the company has just gotten better and better. And as I say to people that I meet, I'm a solopreneur. I am in business for myself, But with Team Alex and the Great Discovery and Bree, I have a whole team that is there to support me. So I just love this company.
Thank you, Kelly. And awesome to have you here for a year. That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, let's go over to Holly. She's a very passionate creator and affiliate of the Great Discovery. Holly, I would love to hear a little bit about your experience.
Thank you, Alex and Bree, for the spectacular summit that you're running, because it's not only one day, it's like the whole every week. And that's spectacular because it does take a lot of work to put these together. Well, Alex, I have known you 4 years, and you say jump, I jump. And I leaned in, and believe me, I did not have a thing ready because I came from a corporate background and I didn't want to do anything. And all it took was one PDF, one page. You made it so simple. And then following every step of the way has made my business successful because of your simplicity and you're humble, and everything is just in one place. So you make it really simple. You guided me to create my weekly events. Now it's going over 2 years on for my own business and the speed networking that is happening. I'm having like max out Zoom 170 to 100 people weekly. And it's because I followed your strategy. You made it simple. So you were there when I created my courses, and you charge zero, absolutely zero. It was just because I was part of this community. So having this community, it has created revenue and everything is in one place. So thank you.
Thank you,
I've been to a
Holly.
lot of summits
Yeah.
before, and it's nothing like this. Thank you.
Thank you, Holly. Yeah, yeah. And we'll have to have you we're gonna have Holly at our next summit. She was a speaker at our previous summit. We're definitely gonna have her at the next one. So thank you, Holly, and thank you for always inviting so many people. Let's get a last one from Joyce. We'll get Joyce. I think you've been a part of the Great Discovery for a while. I would love to hear about your experience.
Yes, for today, it was absolutely marvelous. And this part, I believe, is solely welcome so that people out there can hear from us that have been in the business and been around for a while. I'm accustomed to doing live training, and this to me is a great opening, hearing from the course creators and what they have to offer. I think it would be great for people out there to see and hear this. And I hope you move it to another time so that we can have more people available to hear and see what's going on. So thank you for bringing this forward. You and Bree and everybody that spoke today. Great information. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll have to have you at the next summit. And our goal is just to continue to grow this summit and expand out and have more and more opportunities for us to share about all of our different businesses and to share the Great Discovery platform. So I really want to thank everybody for coming to the summit today. Our next summit will be Thursday, same time, same place, same link. So go out there and share it with people. We'd love to have more people here attend next week. We'll have some new exciting speakers and some more great offers. Bree, thank you so much for co-hosting. All the speakers, thank you so much for speaking. Everyone did an awesome, awesome job. If you want the recording will be made available later on the Great Discovery platform. Bree, I'll let you get the last word. Thanks so much for co-hosting today.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. I love working with all of these creators. They're so wonderful. They put so much into it. I hope that everyone really, truly enjoyed it. And share this out. You can share this everywhere. We make it so easy at the Great Discovery. You can simply go to the page that has the course on it and hit those buttons on the side. As long as you're logged in, your affiliate link will be on there. You can share it out on all kinds of social media. You can share it in your email newsletters. You can share it with a friend. They're going to find some terrific information at every single event on every Thursday. And I think it's the way to start looking forward to 2026. These make great gifts. And as Sandra announced last night, gift certificates are coming back. So maybe it's not something you can do right now, but you can grab a gift certificate and make it affordable. We're going to have some great deals. Those will be coming out very soon. I believe they'll be out by next week. And so as we head into the gift giving season and in 2026, what are you going to discover about yourself and what changes are you going to make in your life so that 2026 is already going to be your year? Thank you so much to every single person that's been here today and sharing so much. I hope that you really enjoyed it. We were so impressed by all of you. And thank you, Alex, for all the hard work that you do to make these happen. Really appreciate it. And we will see you guys next Thursday, same bat time, same bat channel.
All right. We'll see everybody later. If you have any questions, please reach out to the person who referred you. I know I wanted to take some questions, but we're at the top of the hour and I got to get running. So please reach out to the person who referred you. If you'd like to meet with me or anybody else, we will send a follow-up email and we'll give you all that information. Thank you all so much for coming today. Hope to see you next week. Have a great day.
Bye.